other people, and that becomes a problem. So that is why we are bringing it here at the front, that you have to be able to initiate and sustain. 3,000 or 4,000? 4,000. So what is the fraction there? Sabu ilinipita mahali, so I'm waiting for your answer. Mkicount sikupima too confidently. 1 in 5 to 4,000. 800. So 800 si ni karibu watu wengi sana. Have mental health challenges. So that's why it's important for us to actually talk about these things. Then we're also saying that the onset of mental illness begins mostly in the teenage years and in the young adulthood. So that by the age of 24, 75% of mental illnesses have already been diagnosed by the age of 24. So that is the majority of us. Yeah, so it is important for us to talk. So I have this next slide here that talks about when the mental illnesses begin. And you can see from most of them beginning there, from 15 to 25, wengi wameshakuwa diagnosed. Which condition area are you able to read from that slide? Schizophrenia? Bipolar? Ipande? Watu wa ipande wanapenda tu kusmile. Yeah, so that is the onset. Substance use disorder is highly there. Then there are eating disorders and depression. They all begin at around that age. So when we'll be talking about the particular, those will be among the ones that we'll mention. Then the other reason why we are talking about mental illness is about the stigma. It's usually hard for someone to come out and say, "Enyewe, I am feeling sad. I've been feeling sad for the last 2 weeks." Or, "I'm having thoughts of killing myself." Because there's always a stigma attached to it. So because of this stigma, people end up not seeking the help that will otherwise help them to be better. So we are here to talk about this mental health and say that it is okay to say that I am not okay, because then you can be helped. Yen sawa sawa. So if you don't hear anything from this talk, remember that it is okay not to be okay, because it's the first step for you to seek help. And in so doing, we'll be able to avoid having the stigma and encourage people to actually talk to. You heard we have psychologists around here, we have counselors. So it's okay to actually talk to someone. If you're facing any difficult circumstances, there are those ones who go through. Wamesema mimi ni mfupi, but ni sawa tu. I'm moving on to the next one. So mental disorders, they affect these various things that you're seeing. And we have a mixed population, but I'll keep. So that is not mental illness, but that is sometimes what people perceive mental illness to be. So mental illness is not witchcraft. Some talk about demons, the very religious ones. Wanasema ule ni kama ni mashetani, but it is not mashetani, it's not demons. It's something that can be treated and they are able to work. It's not a sign of weakness. If you find yourself having mental issues, it's not a sign of weakness. Actually, there's some mental illnesses occur because you've been trying to cope and handle so much for a long time, but eventually your defenses fall apart. Yeah? So it's just an illness like any other. The way you can have a stomachache, you can have a headache, is the same way that your brain can have an illness. So it's the same way you can have a mental illness. So I'll skip that slide for a bit. We'll come back to it when we talk about the different mental illnesses. So what causes mental illness? What do you think causes mental illness? Aki napenda kuongeleshwa, ndio tunaenda haraka. What causes mental illness? Stress. Someone is talking about stress. We'll see where stress comes in. A bit louder. You can echo what he said. Wapekata kuecho. Yeah, you can just say anything you think that causes mental illness as we move.
Too much eating.
Oh, he said too much eating. Okay. So that one falls under eating disorders, but we won't talk about eating disorders today. Yeah? Something else? Smoking weed? Yeah. Substances?